Netflix's animated series, Ultraman, created by Aichi Shimizu, focuses on individuals who dedicate their lives to becoming Ultraman and defending Earth from unwanted intruders. Even though the Star Galactic Council has been set up to maintain peace between all other planets with life, Earth still has to face trouble from other alien races that are against the Council. When Earth is left to defend itself on its own, the Ultramen step in to save the Earthlings. A sci-fi series packed with action and drama, the series has the finest animations to back up the sequences. Previously, in Season 1, the series introduced three Ultramen who had resolved to fight together to defend Earth from malevolent aliens. Ultramen Shinjiro Hayata, Dan Moribashi, and Seiji Hakuto get together to defeat the Ace Killer, who has been causing havoc since the day the first Ultraman appeared. Shin Hayata was the start of the force that was going to be known as the Ultramen. Shin is Shinjiro's father, and he passed down the Ultraman factor to Shinjiro. Shinjiro's powers awakened when he was 8, and he started fighting as an Ultraman after he turned 17. Shinjiro meets Hakuto and Moribashi and ultimately joins forces with them, and together they are known as the Ultramen brothers. While defeating Ace Killer, Hakuto and Moribashi get severely injured. This makes Shinjiro disengage his limiter and go ballistic on Ace Killer, ultimately defeating him with his signature space beam. Bemmer then returns to the scene and carries off Hakuto for recuperation, while Moribashi is admitted to the hospital due to his injuries not being as severe as Hakuto's. Season 1 ends with Hayata busy saving people and being joined by Moribashi after he is well. Season 2 introduces more individuals who find themselves with the power to be called Ultraman as well. This series gives off the vibes of a rebooted Power Rangers series, repackaged under a new name. Taro, Kotaro, and Jack join forces to eliminate the alien Pedant tormenting Earth. At first, Pedant employs alien Wateran, who are minor aliens that require the life of humans to survive, to transmit half of the human life from Earth to their spaceship. The alien Wateran race seems to be facing the danger of extinction, and they're employed by Pedant with the promise of a better life. Maya and her group of aliens are seen utilizing a weapon reminiscent of the villain the Avengers had to fight Thanos. Only, they do not erase the existence of the humans, instead, they transmit them to the corporal space in their spaceship. Pedant then deploys his transformed spaceship as a robot, named Golden Fortress. This monstrosity of a robot shoots numerous laser beams and has a 30-minute time period of recuperation to regenerate its explosive power equivalent to that of a nuclear explosion. With the help of Bemler's and Shinjiro's father, Shin's space beam, Shinjiro finally defeats Pedant. The nuclear sphere that powered the Golden Fortress was ultimately destroyed by Jack, Taro, and Moribashi while they worked as a team. They get rid of the threatening aliens and get all the transmitted humans back in one piece. Earth is once again saved by the Ultramen. What happened to the people who disappeared? In the first episode of Season 2, trouble ensued amidst the peaceful respite. Shinjiro was having coffee with Rina Endo and was discussing the sudden disappearance of a crowd of people in New York. Reprising the ultimate move of Thanos, people simply disappeared in the blink of an eye. The only thing in common between them was the phones they left behind. In Japan, similarly, the rest of the people disappeared while Shinjiro and Moribashi fought a stray alien, wreaking havoc on the streets. Suddenly, the people taking pictures of them on their phones simply vanished, as well as Shinjiro. He was connected online through his suit, contacting SSSP officials and his father, awaiting instructions on how to tackle the monster after Moribashi was injured. Moribashi, on being knocked out for a few minutes, had been disconnected from the network. Thus, the only people who were transmitted were the ones connected to the internet, through which the transmission took place. Kotaro Higashi and Izumi, his girlfriend, were the only other civilians to escape this transmission due to not being connected to any network. Kotaro, a journalist, captured incriminating evidence pertaining to the aliens dressed as maids with masks that were present at the scene. He and Izumi were busy observing from a distance and taking pictures with Kotaro's camera. To no avail, Kotaro tried to contact Moribashi after everybody disappeared to pass on the evidence, but to no avail. Moribashi ignores Kotaro and sets out to follow new orders, leaving Kotaro to further investigate his hunch. When Kotaro eventually appeared at the maid cafe where the alien Waterin were currently residing, he found out that the masses were safely tucked away inside a realm in the spaceship. The only ones affected were the people present on the scene and connected to the internet through their phones. He also found out that alien Waterin and their princess Maya were following the orders of another alien called Pedant. Pedant was planning on taking over Earth, and the Waterins were promised human life, which was needed for their survival. He eavesdropped on them before finally getting caught. They tried to forcefully transmit him, but in doing so, they unlocked his Ultraman skill of controlling fire. However, when they forcefully transmitted Izumi after getting to know that she had the camera and was passing on the evidence about them to Moribashi, they failed because she was not on her phone. The transmission was incomplete due to the lack of internet waves, and Izumi perished in thin air. Kotaro lost his mind after knowing Izumi had not survived and was going to self-destruct before Jack, the informant of SSSP, used an Ultraman suit to seal him inside to save him. Did Maya die? What was Pedant's plan? When Pedant got to know that Maya, the Waterin princess, was unable to transmit Kotaro and had unlocked his power, albeit accidentally, he sent them to atone for their mistakes by luring Kotaro, Jack, and Moribashi to the transmission machine, only to kill them in transit. Due to Pedant, Maya lost her comrades after they self-destructed to kill the Ultraman they lured after the machine broke while they were engaged in battle. Maya decided to side with Ultraman after Kotaro got through to her with his words. Kotaro had also absorbed the explosion and saved Jack and Moribashi. Maya, on the other hand, was being comforted by Shinjiro, who, after being found conscious in the realm after transmission, was chained up to restrict all movements. He had escaped when Hakuto had stealthily gotten into the spaceship to save Shinjiro. Shinjiro then comforted Maya and promised to save her race if she swore to deliver the humans in the realm safely to Earth. Maya and Hakuto remained behind to transmit the humans, and Shinjiro went back to save his friends and his father, who had been captured by Pedant. Pedant mainly wanted to erase all of the Ultramen from Earth so that he could successfully dominate Earth. He captured Shin when all the other Ultramen were busy fighting off their enemies. Shin, as the previous Ultraman, put on his suit and put up a good fight before being overpowered and captured. Meanwhile, Pedant got to know about Maya's betrayal, thus ordering her execution. Maya and Hakuto fight off the minions sent by Pedant. Hakuto lost his arm, yet he kept fighting and protecting Maya. However, she got hit and, with her dying breath, made sure that the Earthlings were safely delivered back to Earth. However, when Hakuto does take her into his arms and is overcome with sadness at her death, Maya is seen winking with her tongue out before she seemingly slips back into unconsciousness. This could only mean she is alive and would probably be in the third season as well. Did the Ultramen defeat Pedant? After Maya seemingly lost her life, Hakuto returned to help out with the rest. He escorted Shinjiro to where Shin was imprisoned. They saved Shin and went out of the spaceship to fight Pedant. Meanwhile, Pedant had already launched the Golden Fortress and was destroying the cities of Japan. Kotaro, Jack, and Moribashi formed an understanding and put on a team battle. Moribashi launched himself to deactivate the armor and clear the path for Kotaro and Jack to follow and attack the nuclear reactor. While doing so, he got caught in the explosion but escaped unharmed and went on to clear the path for Shin and Shinjiro's escape from the spaceship. Jack, on the other hand, got accosted by another of Pedant's minions. While he kept the minion busy, he signaled Kotaro to go and destroy the nuclear power that was fueling the Golden Fortress. Kotaro, after being egged on by Pedant, lost control of his temper and self-destructed, successfully destroying the nuclear sphere but having no effect on Pedant. Pedant was then defeated by the space beams used as attacks by Shin, Shinjiro, and Bemler, who had come to help them. Shin and Shinjiro had already helped them by absorbing most of the attacks by the Golden Fortress. He had managed to deplete his own powers, yet he still stayed to help Shin and Shinjiro. They together managed to destroy Pedant and also escorted all the Earthlings successfully delivered back from the realm to the stadium. Ultraman Season 3 on the horizon, Pedant wanted to get destroyed for his actual plan to be deployed. Therefore, the heroes still have to fight to maintain peace on Earth. After Pedant was destroyed, Bemler found Kotaro and Izumi in the spirit realm. Bemler could only offer to rescue Kotaro because he was an Ultraman, and couldn't rescue Izumi because she had already perished. Kotaro agreed to be an Ultraman again after Izumi consoled him. Kotaro was then dropped down to Earth by Bemler, while all the other Ultramen were also gathered there. He joined their force and swore to serve justice. In Season 3, the heroes will return to fight an even bigger enemy, set off by Pedant's destruction. New individuals who will also join the force of Ultramen will be introduced in the next season. The next season could also divulge Bemler and Jack's secrets. Overall, the Ultramen might be reminiscent of a childhood series that we loved to watch, the Power Rangers, and also the Avengers. The reboot of the old animated series of the same name is right up the nostalgia alley and is a feel-good watch.